Hey there, and welcome. Today, we're going to talk about making a huge shift in how you deal with your money. We're going to move away from that feeling of always reacting to bills and expenses, and instead step into a place where you can plan your month with total confidence. And it all starts with a tool that's actually super simple.
This quote just hits the nail on the head, right? It gets right to the heart of the problem. The reason so many of us feel that panic at the end of the month is because we're always looking at our finances in the rearview mirror. But what if we could actually see the road ahead?
So it all really comes down to this one big conflict. Are you reacting to your money, or are you planning for it? Most of us, honestly, we kind of fall into that first bucket without even thinking about it. We just handle money as it comes flying at us. And that, right there, is where all the stress comes from.
And this, right here, lays it all out so perfectly. The reactive approach feels like you're constantly putting out fires, A bill pops up, you pay it. A friend invites you out, you spend the money. But planning flips the entire script. You actually know what's coming, you plan for it before it happens, and then you get to live your month in peace. It's a total game changer.
So how do we actually make that shift? Well, the solution isn't some crazy complicated spreadsheet or a super rigid app. It's actually something you already use every single day, a calendar. By just putting your money on a calendar, you're making this simple but honestly profound shift in how you see everything.
So, what is a money calendar? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's just a way to get this bird's eye view of your entire financial month before it even starts. When you know exactly what's coming and when it's coming, your budget stops being this chaotic mess and just becomes, calm and predictable. Okay, so let's get our hands dirty and actually build this thing. It's a really straightforward process, and I promise it's going to put you in the driver's seat of your month right from day one. First things first, we've got to anchor your month. The very first step is to grab a calendar, any calendar, and mark down every single non-negotiable payment that happens on a specific date. These are going to be the pillars of your financial month.
Think about it. Your rent or your mortgage, your Wi-Fi bill, your phone, these things are not surprises, right? By literally putting them on the calendar, you're visually acknowledging them, and you just wipe out any chance of being caught off guard.
Okay, once you've got those big rocks in place, it's time for the next layer. After your fixed dates are all locked in, you start adding the things you know are going to happen, even if the exact amount might change a little. We're talking about your regular, routine lifestyle costs.
You know you're going to buy groceries, right? You know you'll need money for gas or the bus, and you probably have a pretty good idea of what you usually spend on weekend plans or your streaming subscriptions. Plotting these out helps you get a much more accurate picture of where your want money is actually going.
All right, now this next part, this is where the real magic happens. So many of us get completely derailed by what feel like financial surprises. But here's the truth. Most of them aren't surprises at all if you just take a minute to look ahead on the calendar.
A friend's birthday, a holiday dinner, a special family get-together, that weekend trip you've been talking about. When these are all just floating around in your head, they feel like future problems. But the moment you write them down on your calendar, they magically transform from financial shocks into just simple, planned expenses. This one habit, right here, is how you create a truly calm month.
So now you've got the entire month mapped out, the fixed bills, the lifestyle stuff, and all those one-off events. And with this complete picture, you now have incredible power. Before the month even begins, you can look at the whole thing and start making adjustments.
Let's look at this, because this is the power of planning in action. You might look at your calendar and see that week 2 is looking a little tight, maybe almost $400 in expenses. But because you see this ahead of time, you can make a super simple change, like moving that dinner out to a less busy week later in the month. And boom, instantly, you freed up cash for that week and totally eliminated that potential stress. This is you taking control.
Okay, so you've built this fantastic plan. Awesome. But a plan is kind of useless if it just sits there gathering dust, right? So the final piece of the puzzle is turning this calendar from a one-time thing into a simple, repeatable system that actually keeps you on track.
And it's so simple. All you have to do is, once a week, take just a few minutes for this little check-in. You quickly update what you've spent, you take a peek at your calendar, you see what's on the horizon for the next 7 days, and you get ready for it. That's it. This tiny, consistent habit is what makes the whole plan stick for the long haul. So, when you pull it all together, what are we really talking about here? It's about building a brand new relationship with your money, one that isn't built on fear or anxiety, but on the simple, quiet power of predictability.
It really all boils down to this one simple truth. The entire point of using a money calendar is to give yourself the gift of foresight. Because when you know what's coming, you have the power to prepare for it. And when you're prepared, financial stress it starts to fade away. And it's replaced by this amazing feeling of calm and control.
So I want to leave you with this question to think about. And seriously, take a second and really imagine it. If every single dollar and every single day of your next month was planned out with no surprises, what would that actually change for you? How would that feel? That feeling, that's what this simple system can unlock.